Leanne Wong just won a silver medal at the World Championships, one of the best gymnasts alive right now, at 22 years old. And here's the part that's almost hard to believe. This is the same girl who has been picked for 2 separate Olympic Games and never once competed at either of them. Not because she wasn't good enough, because of something almost nobody could have predicted, twice. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly how a gymnast can get selected for the Olympics twice and still never step foot on that competition floor. But first, you need to understand where this all started. Leanne Wong was born in Overland Park, Kansas on September 20th, 2003. She started gymnastics at age 5, the way thousands of little kids do every single year. Most of them quit within a couple seasons. She didn't. She said the sport almost didn't happen at all. Her dad originally wanted her to be a figure skater, but she didn't enjoy falling on the ice and picked gymnastics instead. By 2017, she'd climbed all the way to elite level, training at a gym called Great American Gymnastics Express in Blue Springs, Missouri. Not a famous factory that churns out Olympians. A regular regional gym in the middle of the country. By her late teens, she was good. Genuinely, seriously good. Good enough that in 2021, she was named a traveling alternate for the US Olympic team heading to Tokyo. Think about what that means for a second. Out of every gymnast in America, she was one of the handful chosen to be on standby for the Olympic Games. That's the dream. That's the thing an entire childhood of training is built around. Then it fell apart in the strangest way possible. Her roommate on the trip, a fellow alternate named Kara Eaker, tested positive for COVID-19. Leanne ended up quarantined, alone in a hotel room for 11 days. She never competed. She barely got to experience the Olympics at all. She talked about it afterward, and you can hear exactly how much it hurt. She said, quote, "I was just really disappointed in my experience, and I just really wanted to train more and just get the real experience of competing outside the country." Picture that. You make it to the Olympics, the actual Olympics, and instead of the biggest moment of your life, you spend it isolated in a hotel room, watching everyone else live the dream you worked your whole childhood for. Most people would have been shattered by that. Some would have quit the sport altogether after a heartbreak like that. So Leanne went back to elite gymnastics instead. Later that same year, she made her official World Championships debut in Kitakyushu, Japan. And she didn't just show up. She won the all-around silver medal, missing gold by less than 3/10 of a point. She added a bronze on floor exercise for good measure. Read that again. The girl who spent her Olympics quarantined in a hotel room came back months later and nearly won a World Championship gold medal on her very first try. That's the moment the gymnastics world realized this wasn't a fluke. This was one of the most talented gymnasts in the entire country. But talent alone doesn't guarantee anything in this sport, not even close. The next year, 2022, Leanne suffered an ankle injury at US Nationals that limited how much she could compete. And on top of that, she was about to attempt something almost nobody in the sport had done before. So she decided to do both: full elite international gymnastics and full NCAA college gymnastics at the University of Florida at the exact same time, training for world championships and Olympic trials while also being a full-time college athlete and student. Most gymnasts pick one path: elite or college. Leanne tried to do both simultaneously on an ankle that wasn't even fully healed. At Florida, she trained alongside Trinity Thomas, the gymnast who holds the all-time NCAA record for perfect 10 scores. Thomas herself came back to elite training, chasing the same Olympic dream Leanne was chasing. Two of the most accomplished college gymnasts in history, pushing each other every single day in the same gym, both hunting the exact same goal. That kind of daily pressure either breaks you or it sharpens you. For Leanne, it sharpened her. She kept stacking results. Team gold medals at the 2022 and 2023 World Championships. At the 2023 Worlds specifically, she got called into action at the absolute last second after a teammate got injured during warm-up and helped Team USA win it anyway. Have you ever done everything right, prepared as hard as you possibly could, and still gotten passed over for the one thing you wanted most? Tell me in the comments. I want to know if you've lived that feeling too. Then came 2024, Paris, her second real shot at actually competing in an Olympics. At the US Olympic Trials in Minneapolis, Leanne finished 7th in the all-around. 7th, just outside the spots that automatically lock in a place on the team, so close you could touch it. Not close enough. She was named a traveling alternate for Team USA for the second time in her career. This time, there was no COVID quarantine keeping her isolated. This time, she was right there, in the stands, in Paris, watching Simone Biles, watching Suni Lee, watching Jordan Schills and Jade Carey and Hesley Rivera compete for the medals she had trained her entire life to compete for herself. She posted something afterward that tells you everything about how she was actually processing it. She wrote, quote, "I may not have competed here in Paris, but I played an important role. I didn't get to cheer on Team USA, sightsee, shop, or have my family with me at the last Olympics, so I'm grateful. Read between the lines on that one. She's grateful, she's gracious, but she also just told you without saying it directly that this was the second time she made an Olympic team and the second time she never got to actually compete. Twice, selected twice, 0 times on the floor. She finished out her college career at Florida in 2025 in historic fashion. 11 perfect 10.0 scores across her 4 years, the second highest total in Florida Gators history. She also became one of only 15 gymnasts in the entire history of NCAA gymnastics to achieve something called the Gym Slam, scoring a perfect 10 on every single event: vault, bars, beam, and floor. 15 gymnasts in the entire history of the NCAA. She's one of them. Then she went all in on elite gymnastics one more time, and in 2025 at the World Championships in Jakarta, Indonesia, Leanne Wong won the all-around silver medal. This is the scene we opened with, her second World Championships all-around silver medal, 4 years after her first one, after 2 separate Olympic selections that never turned into a single competitive appearance. Think about the entire shape of this story. Selected for Tokyo, quarantined, never competed, built herself back up to a world silver medal, selected for Paris, watched from the stands, never competed, finished her college career with one of the rarest achievements in NCAA history, and then went right back to the world stage and won another world silver medal anyway. 2 Olympic selections, 0 Olympic competitions, and she is still, right now, one of the best gymnasts on the planet. Here's something happening literally right now, as this video is being made. Just weeks ago, in August 2026, Leanne withdrew from the US Championships with a knee injury. She automatically qualified anyway, based on her spot on the 2025 World Championships team, but she couldn't compete. She posted, quote, "I'm looking forward to what's ahead and trusting the process." Sound familiar? This is not the first time her body or circumstances have pulled the floor out from under her right when it mattered. It's happened over and over across her entire career, and over, she's come back. Her stated goal now is Los Angeles 2028, her 3rd Olympic cycle. If she makes that team, it would be the very first time in her career she actually gets to compete at an Olympic Games, after being picked for 2 of them and getting to compete in exactly none. These days she's doing double duty. Wong is now a student assistant coach for Florida's gymnastics team while chasing her elite comeback, splitting time between mentoring the next generation of Gators and training for her 3rd Olympic cycle. Here's what actually gets me about this one. Most stories about Olympic heartbreak involve one bad moment, one crushing loss. Leanne Wong's story is different. It's not one heartbreak, it's 2 years apart in completely different ways, and she came back from both of them with a world silver medal each time. That's not luck. That's not talent alone either. That's a person who keeps choosing to show up after the sport has taken the one thing she wanted most, not once, but twice. So, here's my question for you. Los Angeles 2028. Does Leanne Wong finally make it onto that competition floor at the Olympics after 2 selections and 0 appearances? Does the 3rd time finally become the one that counts? Drop your prediction in the comments. I read every single one, and I'll be back to check when the time comes.